further ado though, we can have a look at the grid for this race. Kiatsak Singapong starting alongside Leonardo Zani and Carlos Cano on the front row. Fernando Bajosa, Funkes and Monoyani on row 2. Kiandra, Ramadhipa, Travis Borg and Kermentine starting on row 3. Pugliese, DaCosta and Sullivan Mensey on row 4. Rounding out our top 12 runners as Evan Belfort, Nicholas and Ballon round out the top 15. Gonzalez, Karpushin and Alex Longarella, another rider moving up to the class this year. He goes from P18. Matteo Gavarini, Ikagami and Perez starts P21. Ogabara, Varga and Soroviak round out the top 24. Ruslan, Olveras, Gutierrez, Rousseau, Minot and Ingrid rounding out the top 30. Eduardo Bertola and Leonardo Abruzzo round out our grid, of course. A couple of penalties given out, one of them being for Abruzzo, that's for slow sector in practice. He was given a back off the grid. Incorrect on the other hand, he's been handed a long lap penalty. But corner forward lap time, and it looks like this is going to be one that you do not want to miss.
Yeah, absolutely. These riders getting a bit more experience under their belt, but they've been so impressive so far this weekend. They've been so impressive over the course of their careers so far, and now just getting to grips with this Estoril track for the last time prior to the race. So we've had a bit of an issue there.
Yeah. One of the snipers' bikes, it looks like, being pushed off into the pit lane. Of course, they can get the bike restarted in pit lane, but they're going to have to start from there. So a lot of time lost, to say the very least, if they can get that running.
Yeah, you'd have to hope that they're able to do so.
And looking down at the left-hand side of his bike is going to be the number 24. Now, it looks like they have got it going again for the Momovan Racing rider. Of course, meant to be starting P5, so hopefully no lasting issues there.
Yeah, it was a bit of a concern there for Guillaume Plong. Yeah, hopefully it's just a bit of a concern and that's it, and he's ready to go. Sure, he'll be raring to go, actually starting from the second row. Conditions, as we mentioned earlier, just fantastic here as we approach 1 o'clock and we approach the start of this Moto3 Junior race. The riders just going into Sector 4 now.
So it is Alex Longarella, and he is being allowed out of pit lane now, so he's got a lot of catching up to do. It looks like the back tail end of the field is around turn 7 as things stand, so Alex Longarella is going to have a fast warm-up lap anyway. He's going to get himself up to speed.
I think the definition of a warm-up lap for Alex Longarella, who obviously returns after a collarbone injury, kept him out of the season opener in Barcelona, so not the way he would have expected his Moto3 Junior beginning to go in 2026, as we're back with Kiandra, Ramadhipa there on the grid.
Let's not forget as well, Evan Belford also returned to action this time. So a couple of riders joining us that weren't here for round 1, and hopefully we can add some extra spice into the mix.
Well, I'm sure they were watching on from home or wherever they were and enjoying it as much as they could, recognising the fact that this year is not going to be easy at all, given the calibre of the rivals they've got coming up against them on this grid. Kiatsak Singapong, our pole sitter here in Estoril. We're just about ready to go racing in Moto3 Junior. Leonardo Zani looking to add to his win in Barcelona. Seconds to go before we go racing here in Moto3. The lights are going to be coming on any second now. There they are. The revs are rising and we are away in Portugal. Leonardo Zani gets away spectacularly well. One of the lines that these riders are going to try and take. It's Singapore who's staying wide, and it looks like Zani's taking the whole shot as we approach turn 1. What a start from the Italian. Absolutely fantastic stuff for the Momovan Racing rider.
Great start from Zani into the race lead straight away. Cano in second. Cano looking to strike over at turn 3 down the inside. Job done already.
Absolutely fantastic stuff from Carlos Cano, really getting to grips with this race right from the start. We've already seen him hit. That's going to be tremendously frustrating for them, an early end to the only Moto3 Junior race of the day. But this battle at the front shows no signs of abating. It's still Cano with Zani behind, and out the outside is Singapore just trying to get ahead there. There's no room though in front of Leonardo Zani.
No room at the moment, to say the very least. The top 6 lot together out on circuit. Bahosa looking up the inside, and he thinks better of it so far. But Cano remaining at the head of this field so far. Well, Carlos, what can he do this time around? Bahosa diving down the inside over at turn 9. That's going to get tight. Luckily, no contact between the two of them, and Ramadhipa pushed back down one position.
Yeah, Bahosa very aggressive there to get ahead of Ramadhipa, doing everything he can to make sure that this leading group doesn't pull away. Because Fernando Bahosa, he's got a podium under his belt. He's going to be hungry for more here, and he can't afford to let Carlos Cano get away with this leading group of Zani and Singapong.
Yeah, he cannot afford any margin in this race. It's so difficult to stretch a gap in the Moto3 Junior World Championship. Zani looking for a move down the inside. He's done it before.
What about Singapong as well?
Turn 1. Singapong also having a look, thinks better of it. Bahosa up the inside on Ramadhipa yet again. So that battle for P4 continuing on as the lead changes hands.
This is what we want to see, and I think this is what we expect to see in Moto3 Junior. Absolutely fantastic racing from start to finish. Elbows out. Carlos Cano is now relegated to P2. Could it be getting worse for him as well as Ramadhipa tries to get a bit close to Singapong? Sorry. And now it is Leonardo Zani who leads.
Long lap penalty as well for the number 26, Enkrith. A big shame for him. He's running P25. That looks to be no hope of points here today. But now pulling into the slipstream, looking to make a move. It's going to be Singapong. Your pole sitter does look up the inside. Carlos Cano says no. And well, Bahosa back ahead. Ramadhipa runs it wide. Ramadhipa back through. So that battle for 4th, so spicy. But they do not want to allow these top 3 to run away with it. They want to keep tabs on them.
Yeah, absolutely. They're going to be really in need of racecraft here. They need to know how to manage the situation, because if those leading 3 get away, if they pull away too far, then it's become very difficult for anyone else to get on the podium. That's not what they want as we go into sector 4. Leonardo Zani still leading, looking to add to that win in Barcelona, but it's not going to be easy at all for the young Italian. He's being followed by Carlos Cano, he's being followed by Singapong, he's being followed by the likes of Ramadhipa and Bahosa, and Travis Borg as well in P6.
It looks like Pugliese just getting ahead of Plonk out on circuits, up into P7 for our championship leader. Side by side though, down the main straight, it looks to be 3 wide nearly in the run to turn 1. It's a great drive from Carlos Cano, but where is Singapong? There he is, back into the race lead. The 85, he's starting from pole as Zani reclaims 2nd.
And Carlos Cano now relegated to P3. He's going to be trying to hit back as soon as possible. But what a move there. It looked like Zani was the one that was trying to get ahead, but Singapong on that wider line, just swooping ahead of both of them. Absolutely fantastic stuff from the tie rider.
Yeah, you got a slingshot onto the main straight, and that Honda proving to be fast in a straight line. Zani though, where will he make the move yet again? We know how strong he can be on the brakes. The 57, if he builds the move straight away, doesn't want to allow Singapong to enter a rhythm. Yellow flags out over at turn 1, and there, that's your reason why. The 74, a big shame for Ikegami. He walks away from it. Whether that be a technical or a crash, it was a crash. A massive shame for him. Wide though for Singapong, and now Zani, he'll be beginning to smell an opportunity.
Yeah, he will as we approach turn 7 and this technical final sector. There's so much going on here in the opening exchanges of this race.
On the green there for a couple of riders. That looked to be Pugliese, your championship leader, out on the green this early in a race. Not what you want to be doing, as Travis Borg has also moved ahead now with the fastest lap of the race ahead of Ramadhipa.
Yeah, Borg with a 143.724, so he's the fastest rider of any of this leading group. And he's making sure that he's right on the back of this tail as we go through turn 13 and the start-finish straight. What's going to happen this time around? Who's going to take full advantage of the slipstream? And there we do have Pugliese. Bahosa now with the fastest lap at 143.615, and he moves down to P5. So Borg manages to edge ahead there. But not for long, I don't think.
Yeah, not for long, as well, Bahosa had a big look for 2nd position. He slots back into 3rd as Borg sets the fastest lap yet again, but Carlos Cano in the race lead. He's somehow held on to that one. Things are getting tight though in this league group at turn 1, at turn 3, you would imagine, at turn 4 and turn 6 as well in a few moments' time. Still 13 laps remaining. And well, Connor, you have to wonder, with only one race on the schedule here today for the Moto3 Junior World Championship, you have to wonder how much these points mean to them. It looks very, very important indeed.
It looks very important indeed because these riders are automatically so competitive anyway. And now we are seeing a double long lap penalty for the number 49, Longarella, who has not had the start to his 2026 in the Moto3 junior class that he would have wanted at all. Coming back from a collarbone injury, now missing the first races in Barcelona and here in Estoril. Well, that's not what he would have wanted at all. It's currently P29 and now with a double long lap penalty.
Yeah, let's not forget those issues heading on to the warm-up lap. He then dropped behind the safety car, rejoined on the warm-up lap, and then pulled back into pit lane, only to pull out yet again out on circuit. So, yeah, not been the race so far that Longarella would have wanted. It's been a story, to say the very least, as we focus on this battle for second position, and I say second because Cano, he has got a margin ahead of him as Zani, Borg and Bahosa try to use the slipstream to catch up, but 3 wide there for the battle for third.
Yeah, Singapore as well, just behind, really getting as much of drive as you can possibly imagine, and he's now moved into P3, so absolutely fantastic stuff. It is Cano who leads there. He's now got a bit of a gap there, 0.4 seconds, pulling away. This is precisely what the riders behind can't allow to happen. Zani, the likes of Singapore, they need to stop battling it out between themselves and really make sure that Cano cannot progress any further than he already has.
Ogiwara also moving up another position ahead of Enzo Ballon. So Enzo Ballon back down to P10 for himself. As Carlos Cano, well, he's not going to get away with this one. It seems it was 0.3 of a second at the line last time around. That gap has certainly came down. We'll go for the timing beat with just a few moments' time. As Zani, well, he's on the attack to say the very least. Bahosa, we've seen such an impressive start to his rookie campaign, and now he looks to pile on the pressure. That gap, as we mentioned at the front, down to 1/10 of a second.
Yeah, we just saw Ramadhipa get ahead of him there, but I'm not sure for how long he's going to be able to maintain that. There's real pressure here. Pugliese now in P7, yeah, 1.5 seconds for Pugliese behind. So we look at Carlos Cano. So we go through turn 11, head towards turn 12, and the Parabolica Ayrton Senna. So these riders at the front, he's leading 5. Pugliese, Borg, just not quite at their level right now.
Of course, still a long way to go for this one. There's a big moment there in the mid-pack. It looks like of that front group. Everyone's staying on 2 wheels, luckily. As well, the 85 of Singapore at the back of this train. He should get a double slipstream to an extent. Can he reclaim the race lead? We've seen it once, and it looks like we might see it again. Zani, though, has the inside line and far more aggressive. So is Cano. Almost pushing them off the circuit onto the curbs. The 85 goes. No moves made that time around. Borg, meanwhile, has managed to slot himself fully into 4th position.
Yeah, absolutely. This battle at the front is proving to be quite breathtaking. Leonardo Zani there stealing the lead and doing so in style. Turn 1 delivering drama once again. Absolutely fantastic stuff from Leonardo Zani to claim the lead. Now he's going to have the tough issue of trying to pull ahead. Carlos kind of wasn't able to do it. Is the Italian at the lead?
Now Zani, 1/10 of a second. Carlos Cano, as we mentioned, in second. Bahosa looking up the inside, and well, that's going to get tight. Luckily, no contact made between himself and Ramadhipa out on circuit. Keep your eye on Kiandra Ramadhipa. Of course, we know how fast he is able to be in the later parts of races. Now, though, Pugliese looking up the inside of Bahosa. And well, Pugliese, is this going to be the first real move we've seen to get himself inside that top 6 bracket?
Yeah, he's going to be looking to do everything to get back into that fight at the front. After a peculiar qualifying for him, this is where he needs to be. He knows he needs to be latching onto this leading group. He can't be allowing them for any moment to have any peace leading this. He needs to get back involved if he's going to be protecting his lead in the championship.
Yeah, he needs to get his elbows up for sure, and that looks to be a rider. That's a 37, a big shape
Nicholas
there for them. Yeah, so Nicholas, he walks away from that one. That's over at turn 9, and actually just making contact with a rider ahead, and somehow the 47 stays on. Yeah, so Timo Varga, no clue how he managed to keep that on 2 wheels. I'm not sure he'll know, but yeah, Nicholas, he has no clue what happened there. I'm sure Varga got a shock at that as well.
Absolutely, Varga. Incredible to keep that bike on 2 wheels. We are now back with the front. 10 laps to go here. Carlos Cano now leading.
Here comes Borg. Up into third position, so Travis Borg has made that move work, pushes Zani all the way down to P4 now. So this lead four rider group has, yeah, that's Varga retiring the bike. So clearly some damage picked up from turn 9.
Yeah, well, he did spectacularly well to stay on two wheels there, but it's a shame again to see his race come to an early conclusion. Borg now in P3, pushing Zani just behind, but anyone in this leading group, I think Borg's just taking the lead there. No. Singapong still.
Yeah, both Hondas, of course, a lot of red on them as well, and both white helmets, so super close to see out on circuit. Pugliese, though, still remaining ahead of Bahosa on track, so P6 for him, but a nice little margin that Ramadhipa has formed. So Pugliese, maybe not the ground that we would expect him to make up at this stage of the race. Maybe we would have thought he'd be inside the top 5 at the very least, fighting for that podium place.
Of course, we know that anything can happen and everything can change at any moment in Moto3 Junior. We're going to see that probably more than ever as we exit turn 13. Who gets the drive? Who gets the slipstream? As we go down the start-finish straight, for the time being, it is still Singapong who leads. Zani's just slotting in behind Carlos Cano, and he's already pulling ahead there. Now, Cano just able to hammer it down there. Looks like he's managed to maintain that P3 position. But as we approach, and there is Cano goes into P3. Borg still in P2. No, Borg now in P1.
Yeah, so Travis Borg taking the race lead this time around. So himself and Singapong going head-to-head out on track. Still 9 laps remaining in this race, though, so not over yet. Carlos Cano, of course, remaining in third. Bike to this time at the moment, super good to see for the young rider. Of course, his first season in the championship. He had the opportunity last season to become a double European Cup champion. Sadly for himself, it didn't plan out in the way we would have expected, as now the 32 Ramadhipa puts him under pressure, overtakes him as WL flags out over at turn 1, and running wide, that does look to be Travis Borg, so Singapong retaking the race lead.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic stuff from Singapong there. Bidey's time took full advantage of the mistake made by Travis Borg and now hits the lead once again. So the Thai rider currently in P1. But this is chopping and this is changing all the time. Leonardo Zani's just relegated Carlos Cano down to P5 there as well, a bit further back.
Into the final sector we go in a few moments' time. It's a Honda 1, 2, 3 out on circuit. Leonardo Zani on the KTM remaining in P4. And we'll have a look at those championship standings. Pugliese's championship gap will come down to 12 points ahead of the next round of the season. Of course, Jerez is next up, an iconic venue yet again, as the 32 of Ramadhipa looks up the inside on the run to turn 1. Can he reclaim second? Can he take the race lead? The answer to that is yes. So impressive.
But look at Bahosa as well, the inside.
There's
contact there with Zani and Bahosa. Tight was the word there, Lewis.
So close between them. Somehow everyone remaining on 2 wheels. They're going to continue it out, and well, they're not going to forget a move like that. You're going to repay the favour later on.
Yeah, well, I'm showing the hearts and mouths moment there for the Mamovan Racing team back in their box. That's not what they want to see. But their 2 riders currently in P8 and P9, Leonardo Zani and Guillaume Planks.
Ramadhipa, let's not forget, continuing to lead the field through, and now Pugliese, through all of that, he does sit P6, but now behind his teammate Carlos Cano. Can they work together in this group? It's going to be so tricky to do that, because I mean the Mamovan riders nearly collided, and then the AC Racing Machine getting involved as well. So running wide there and losing a couple of spots, you have to say, was Gonzalez, so number 11, back down to the back of this pack.
Yeah, as you go through the right-hander in Sector 3 and approach the incredibly technical turns 8 and 9. This is racing at its very best in Moto3 Junior. Kiandra Ramadhipa still leading as we go up the deceptive elevation here at turns 11 and 12. But just take a look at that move there from Bahosa and the contact there. They're very lucky to stay on 2 wheels, everyone there. There's not much space at turn 1 at all, and they've all managed to stay up, and they've all managed to keep part of this leading group.
It can look very open over at turn 1, but then there's a pinch point where everyone comes super close, and then suddenly you need to get the bike over to the left-hand side of the circuit for turn 2. But now Travis Borg, He looks up the inside yet again and looks to make that move work, and he does indeed. So it's still a Honda 1-2-3, but now it's Travis Borg sitting in P1 and very wide off the circuit, actually, it looks like there, for the number 24 of Blanc.
Yeah, David Gonzalez, a bit further back as well, has moved ahead of Leonardo Zanni, who's now in P8. Well, he's moved now back up to P7, but Gonzalez briefly joining this group and making sure everyone knows that he's there.
Yeah, and he made his presence known there on Zanni, nearly making contact with Zanni's leg with his front wheel. Obviously, no contact made over at turn 4. Through turn 5 we went, and now towards turn 6. Ramadhipa up the inside. This race is chopping and changing at every opportunity, and really it's going to be a case of getting yourself in a good track position for the final lap or two.
Yeah, absolutely. Pugliese as well, now into P5. So we're going to be seeing that. Oh, he's just dropped down to P6. Commentator's curse. Bujosa is in P5 for the time being, but those championship standings are going to be chopping and changing as well as we see everything happening out here on track.
We made in that one circuit through turn 10. We go now, winding up the power yet again through turns 12, turns 11, then turn 12, and then of course turn 13. The parabolic there didn't send up the final corner. Well, a good chance to build up some momentum, build up some speed onto the main straight, as we see Leonardo Zanni doing exactly that on his rivals and trying to get a lead on Pugliese on the 31. Down the start-finish straight we go yet again though, side by side for Borg and Singapong out on circuit. How close do you like it in the Moto3 Junior World Championship? Through turn 1 we go yet again. Who will make the move? It looks like Kano trying his best in P4.
Yeah, Kano's trying his best now. He's going side by side with his old rival, Bujosa, as well. It's just absolutely sensational racing from start to finish. No one has led up, no one has given it an inch here, and everyone is going flat out for the win here with just 5.5 laps to go in Estoril. It's still Ramadhipa who's leading from Singapore and Travis Borg. Indonesia, Thailand and Malta currently on our provisional podium.
Exactly what we love to see. Good diversity, of course. A lot of nationalities taking part in this championship this year. As always, as we see Ramadhipa, I mean, round 1, he was one of the standout performers, certainly of how quick he was able to make his presence known. And it seems like Estoril, he's made yet another step.
I think we've got an issue for the Venezuelan rider as well. Speaking about the nationalities, Tinez has dropped down the standings, and there we have the confirmation there. Good to see he's okay, but frustrating. Another rider with a lot of talent seeing their race come to an early end here.
Judging by how his levers have rubbed on the tarmac, you would suggest he's just lost the front on a right-hander there. So a massive shame for himself, as the battle will continue on at the front. Of course, yellow flag still out over at turns 3 and turns 4 for the time being. Hopefully that's all sorted, and it is now the green flag's out, so when we get there, racing can continue. But yeah, as you mentioned, Singapong trying his best, but here comes Travis Borg. He'll have essentially a double slipstream slingshot heading towards turn 1. Will he launch a move down the inside? The 23 does have a cheeky little look, but thinks better of it.
So good from Ramadhipa as well to manage to maintain that lead despite the pressure that is growing as we go into turn number 2 here. Ramadhipa doing so well leading this race, just managing to control the situation to the best of his ability, knowing that the riders around him are really desperate for a win. Go through the left-hander there. And onto the back straight now. Are we going to be seeing anyone lining up a move for the left-hander at turn 6? Parabolic interior. Travis Borg looks hungry, he's not going to make the move here. What about anyone else in the leading pack? No, as we swing round and into sector 3.
Yeah, we carry on. Long lap penalty, of course, located over at turn 6 for anyone who's been naughty throughout the weekend. But luckily, not too many penalties in the Moto3 Junior class. As well, the CF Moto riders trading blows out on circuit. That looks to be Pugliese getting ahead of his younger teammate Carlos Cano, as now here comes the AC racing rider of Bujosa and Gonzalez, both looking to make their indent. Gonzalez first on the CF Moto riders. He's going to have to run it slightly wider though. He will have the inside line over at turn 12, but no room at all. To make a move work through there, you need to get alongside nice and early, and well, that just wasn't the case this time around. But ever since Ramadhipa, Borg and Singapore have got inside the top 3, we haven't exactly seen the KTM riders be able to challenge them just yet.
Not yet, but there's still plenty of racing to go. 4 laps, in fact, and this is where we see the difference being made time and time again. Travis Borg on the inside line. He's going to be able to take the lead there, and there we are. He has hit it, and everyone trading blows there, trying to get through. It is Borg who leads. No, it's not. As we go into turn 2, it's still Ramadhipa then at the front, but Borg piling on the pressure, and Carlos Cano as well, trying to get on the inside there. He has managed to claim P2 though, as we head into the left-hander. It's Ramadhipa who still leads. Cano trying to force his way through, but no, only able to get into P2.
It was 2x2 all the way through turn 3 there. Luckily, nobody making contact, and well, some good moves and good position and points gained from Carlos Cano, who now sits 2nd position on the road ahead of Travis Borg and Singapore. Of course, Singapore started from pole position. Kiandra Ramadhipa, though, let's not forget, is your race leader. 1/10 of a second separated them at the last timing point as Pugliese launches a move on Gonzalez. So that's going to be Gonzalez, the number 11, pushed back down the order yet again. And let's not forget, Leonardo Zani sitting P7. Now it's going to get tight over at turns 9 and 10. No contact made so far, but getting elbows out is Singapore.
I mean, we've seen just how aggressive some of these riders can be. We've seen it in the Motor 4 European Cup, formerly of course the European Talent Cup. We've seen that they're so competitive, so aggressive. Elbows out, absolutely. The likes of Pugliese as well. David Gonzalez too. He's done so well. A bit of a slow burner in this race. We didn't really see too much of him up until about 2-3 laps ago. And he really has just grit his teeth and powered through, as we are now passing the start-finish straight and heading down towards turn 1. Are we going to see another move here? It's Carlos Cano who seizes the lead there. He's going to be able to make it sick. Pujosa trying to go on the inside there, maybe just a bit too inside. Slots into P4. No, he's under pressure from Pugliese. What a battle this is as well, with David Gonzalez as well.
Travis Borg reclaiming 2nd position. He briefly got pushed back down to P3 from Ramadhipa, but I think Travis Borg did well there over at turn 1. Although he lost the position, he was breaking out on the curb. The bike got completely unsettled, and he took 2 or 3 attempts of actually tipping in that bike before it settled down, and that allowed Carlos Cano just to swoop through. Now though, keep your eye on the 32 of Ramadhipa. He set up yet another move over at turn 6. Textbook stuff this time around, and trying to run it from the outside line is Travis Borg. A little bit of moment there from Gonzalez on the rear, just getting sat up ever so slightly. Pugliese will be on the attack now, looking to capitalize on that mistake. The 31, so close.
So close, so close. He needs to protect that lead in the championship as well, but just a moment on Ramadhipa. He's looked so strong on the left-handers here. He's really such a talented rider. We can see the lap championship then. It is Pugliese who leads with a 10-point gap ahead of Cano and Ramadhipa, with Travis Borg 20 points behind. So it's still so close at the front, and these riders leading here in Estoril are giving it absolutely everything. There's so much on the line in Portugal.
Heading on to the penultimate lap of action here in Portugal. It's Carlos Cano who leads, but for how long, as we see the likes of Ramadhipa pulling out alongside Travis Borg, also there. Borg well and truly on the inside, the 23, diving down the inside on the 32. Job done for himself. Pugliese also up to 2nd, Cano down to 4th. So from 1st to 4th, Cano not the positions he would have wanted, but he knows for next time around if he's going to be able to lead it all the way to the checkered flag.
Absolutely, and we can't forget that these riders, a huge amount of them, are all rookies in this class. It's absolutely sensational. Travis Borg hits the front. It's his rookie season here in 2026. He's been challenged by the likes of Pujosa and Carlos Cano, all rookies, all delivering right from the start of this 2026 campaign, their maiden campaign in Moto 3 Junior. Such incredible talent on display.
Yeah, incredible to watch these riders out on circuit. As you mentioned, Travis
Once
Borg
again on the left, Singapore there.
Yeah, good move for himself. Job done over at turn 6 and up into 2nd place for him. But Carlos Cano has just proved yet again how easy it is to get swallowed up in this pack. And suddenly you're leading the way, everything's going your way, and then you're back down into 5th, 6th position.
Yeah, no one's giving an inch. This is a battle that has really been going since the very beginning of this race. Everyone giving it absolutely everything. Ramadhipa, who's leading there, who's proved time and time again over the course of this campaign just how skilled and talented he is. He's really hit the ground running in Moto3 Junior, and now he is leading from Travis Borg. With Pugliese now in P3, that could prove so important in the championship standings.
Yeah, that could prove crucial at the end of the season. Obviously, points make prizes in 2026. Travis Borg, we've learned in this race, he's not afraid to get his elbows out. One more circulation of the Estoril circuit is left. Carlos Cano trying to make a move work as well for himself, but it is going to be Pugliese taking the race lead on the final lap. 2 for the price of 1. Pugliese, the Italian rider, hits the front.
Well, he was, again, slow to get going was Pugliese, but he's hit the front exactly when he needs to on the final lap. Pugliese leading the championship, leading in the sole race here in Estoril in Moto3 Junior. It is just moments for Pugliese. He needs to hold on, but it's not going to be easy. He's got Travis Borg just behind. He's got Ramadhipa as well. It's not going to be easy. He's got the likes of Gonzalez. He's got the likes of Zani as well behind him. But it is, for the time being, Pugliese who leads as we go down the back straight.
Down towards turn 6, Ramadhipa slotted himself into second position. Now looking to claim the race
Look at that for Ramadhipa.
That was so impressive. Bold with a capital B. Ramadhipa hits the front. Pugliese in second. Travis Borg in third. Let's keep an eye as well on Carlos Cano in P4 and Leonardo Zani, who's got himself up into fifth towards turn 9 and 10. Where some moves will be made.
Yeah, we're into the final sector now. It is Ramadhipa who leads. Anything can happen here. Pugliese into P3. Absolutely incredible stuff. We go through the left-hander of turn 12. We've got one corner left for these riders in Moto3 Junior. What's going to happen here as we approach the start-finish straight? They're going to need to get the drive. They're going to need to come out of this corner absolutely perfectly. It is currently Ramadhipa. Is that going to change? Travis Borg just behind, trying to catch up. But it is Kiandra Ramadhipa with the win. What a moment for him. Absolutely incredible stuff from Kiandra Ramadhipa. He's followed by Travis Borg and Carlos Cano onto the podium. Incredible stuff from Ramadhipa.
What a ride that was. I mean, that was every single ounce of experience, every single ounce of talent on display. And well, you can tell, Sigapong, he has absolutely loved that battle. Let's keep in mind, starting from pole position, led a good amount of the race as well. He crosses the line down in P7. The results doesn't do the ride any justice at all.
Yeah, it can sometimes be quite cruel, this sport, because every one of those riders in that leading pack of 7 was delivering, pack of 8 really, if we include Bruhosha as well, was delivering an incredible battle, an absolute feast for the senses from start to finish for everyone watching. But it is Ramadhipa who builds on that podium that he earned in Barcelona, and rightly so. He can wheelie out of joy. He takes 25 points and is second in the Moto3 Junior standings as a consequence of his first race win. A rookie, and he's showing us how to get it done. Travis Borg as well, third in the championship. A phenomenal ride from him. P2, P7 finish for Singapore. Here we can see the celebrations. For Kiandra Ramadhipa, second in the championship, 51 points to his name so far. The season's long, but it's important to get a good start, and he has done just that. He's really, really impressed in these opening 2 rounds. And again, another moment of camaraderie between those 2 riders. So great to see how well they've been performing. And here is Travis Borg. We said he was strong in practice, but then in qualifying didn't get away quite as well as he would have liked. Finished starting the race from P8, and